Hi, Jeff Japers. Thanks a lot for coming to Dolly Chicken Comedy.
You're welcome. It's good to be here.
Well, you're coming to Fun at the Flute on the 17th of August to headline for us.
Yeah.
So, what have you got planned?
Well, I do musical comedy. So we're going to describe the kind of musical comedy. It's sort of anthropomorphic whimsy.
Oh, whimsy, we like that.
Yes, but it's taking influences from lots of areas. I've got a song called Purple Fleeces, which stems from an incident I witnessed outside Tesco's in Upper Boat. And I've got another song about Brian Blessed, how much of an influence Brian Blessed is on my life.
Oh,
And
fantastic.
yes, lots of songs drawing on different influences, but yeah, anthropomorphic whimsy would be a bit of an umbrella term to cover
That's
it.
great. I might actually use that for Twitter when I'm advertising in the next few days. Assuming, of course, that's not too many letters. You know, that maybe not a lot more can go on. But will we be hearing those two maybe on the 17th?
Yes, I think I'm going to include those, yeah.
Excellent, because I haven't heard those two before. Are they
No.
new or?
No, so one of them's quite old. No, one of them's a couple of years. One of them's probably about 5 or 6 years. But because I got so much material, often a gig is only like 10 minutes, I have to pick and choose. But now I've got this nice long half-hour gig, I can pick some different ones. And my medium for performing differs. So it always used to be me on a ukulele, and then when I started doing stand-up a couple of years ago, I brought out the cheesy keyboard and backing tracks. And I think on this evening I'm going to use a mixture of everything: slideshow, cheesy keyboard, live ukulele.
Oh my God.
Bit of everything. It probably went over my time, but
I think we'll all be wrapped. We'll all be there for the night. You know, basically, it'd be be a lock-in. Yeah. So, you mentioned the fact that you've written things over a number of years, and I know that you're in a band as well. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about the band and how the comedies sort of come in?
Yeah. Well, I started writing comedy songs as I was leaving university, sort of 96, 97. I actually had tried to write a song when I was 10, and I was trying to be serious, but my friends found it funny. It was about birds laying eggs and pollution and other issues at the time in the early 80s. But because they laughed at it, I gave up on the idea of being a songwriter. So it was only about 15 years later I started it again. And I can't write serious songs, so it ended up being daft songs again. So that was 96. And for years and years I didn't perform. I performed in bands playing bass guitar, but not performing my own stuff. And I really started doing the open mic scene from about 2006, 2007 as myself, not being, I'd done it with bands, but as myself. And then because I'd been in this folk club in Pontypridd, 2009, I bumped into a couple of people who were interested in starting a band, and I sort of forced them to do my songs. And then, what is it now? It's 2017, so 8 years later, the band's going strong. It was 3 people and now it's 6 people. And then part way in, I thought, I still want to do a bit on my own. So then that was the stand-up side of things, probably the beginning of 2015. So now I've got 2 avenues to do my music.
And is it sort of, do certain songs go with, it's Gordiord, isn't it, your band? So certain songs go with them, and then other songs are your comedy songs?
Well, I've written enough to have completely different sets if I want to, but now I'm picking bits from each, will this serve this situation best? So yeah, I'm nicking songs from both, but I've written them all, so it's mine to do what I want with. So.
Yeah, they'll do what they're told.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So you've talked about how you started and everything, but what about your influences? Has all this silliness come from anywhere in particular? Or?
A lot of it, well, there's a big musical influences like famous people, like you got Spike Jones and the City Slickers from the 50s and 60s, who used crazy sound effects like guns and horns and whips and all stuff like that. And then bringing it up to date to the 90s, John Shuttleworth's a massive influence. And somebody who was more local to me was, what's his name with the paper mache head? Frank Sidebottom from Timperley. And just that silly, stuff, not taking life too seriously. And being on the open mic scene, seeing other writers of songs who take their stuff really seriously, and that just amuses me. I don't say it to the face, but I'll sit there thinking, you prick, just just do it for what it is. It's not serious making music. Just have a laugh. So
Enjoy
that's
it.
my approach to it. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So, what's next for Jeff Japers in particular, or more generally for your band?
Well, at the moment, I've been working on a set show, sort of 40 minutes, because I think people lose interest after 40 minutes. And I've called it Jeff Japers Ukulele Fun Time Slideshow. And mainly it's because there's some ukulele festivals out there, so I've tailored it to that to try and get on these ukulele festivals, and I got a couple of contacts, so hoping that's going to happen. I'm doing one actually in Colwyn Bay in a couple of weeks' time, the Uka Bay. It's a ukulele festival for Colwyn Bay, and I got a solo spot, and the band's got a spot in the main Colwyn Bay Theatre there. So yeah, that's the thing I'm working on at the moment. So it's 40 minutes all on the ukulele. Well, 2 different ukuleles, an 8-string one, a 4-string, and a slideshow. So that's my finger, that my mind is all around at the moment, is that.
Apart from Dolly Chicken Comedy on the 17th of August.
Chicken on the 17th.
Nearly, yeah. That sounds fantastic. And obviously the weather's good up there. What a great place to be in North Wales in the summer. Yeah. Fantastic, yeah.
And I've got another place where I'm doing that is in Bristol. There's this festival in a day in this old church that's now a community centre. Forgetting the name of it, Zion something or other. So I get to try this ukulele, Jeff Japers Ukulele Fun Time Slideshow there as well.
It sounds like something that we're going to have to book into Dolly Chicken Comedy as well, definitely. So, excellent. Well, listen, thanks so much for coming along. We're so excited. I mean, you've been to Fun at the Flute before, to completely rapturous applause and praise. And when I told Molly Katz, our fantastic house band, that you were coming next month, they all started singing Wires, and we had a little rendition of Wires. So I think, I don't want to ask you, well, I do want to ask you to play Wires, but really looking forward to hearing everything you play on the 17th. And thanks very much.
Welcome.